The Buddhist sermon for today is given by the Venerable Baragama Piyarathana Thero.
Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Homage to the Blessed One, Worthy One, the fully enlightened Buddha. Dear friends in Dhamma, today we are having the Navam Full Moon Day. Navam Full Moon Day is one of the most important holy days for many Buddhists as well as Buddhist Mahasangha, due to two reasons. The main reason for this Navam Poya, importance of the Navam Poya, is that the first great council after the Buddha's final passing away, great passing away, all the senior fully enlightened Arahant Buddha's disciples, 1,250, get together in the Saptaparni cave in India in order to organize and assign these Dhamma teachings to different monks in order to transmit them orally by memory. So this great council was sponsored by the King Ajatasattu, and Venerable Ananda Thero and all the other senior monks get together and recite and question and clarified all the teachings. Therefore, this is the day that dharma was totally protected and preserved through this great council. Therefore, this is very important day for the Buddhist history, for the Buddhists and the Mahasangha and the preservation of the Dharma. And all over the East Asia, Magha Puja is celebrated. Laos, Bangladesh and Myanmar, Thailand, all the Buddhist countries celebrate this day, and also this is very important for Buddhists to remember and also preserve this Dharma for the next generation so that it can continue for future generation to benefit from the teachings of the Buddha. Today, I would like to discuss the importance of paying respect and also treating the elders. In Buddhism, Theravada means actually the venerable monks has to obey and follow the guidance and the teachings of the elder senior Theras. And also, in Buddhism, there are many types of seniorities, many types of elderliness. What are these types of elderliness? First is called Sila Vurdha. Sila means virtues. Vurdha means senior or more experienced, well-versed. So in order to be respected by the other people, we need to we need to practice virtues like 5 precepts, 8 precepts, 10 precepts. For the monks, 10 precepts for novice monks. And for Upasampada high ordinated monks, they need to follow 228 precepts, and nuns even more precepts. For lay people, you have day-to-day life, you have to follow the 5 precepts, and if you want to go further, you can have 8 precepts, even 10 precepts. So in order to gain respect from the younger people, junior people, we need to develop virtues in us. So Sila Vurdha, that is also not enough. We need to develop Guna Vurdha, good qualities in us. Merely because our body gets old and we become very old, it is not the only qualification to get respect and appreciation from the others. Of course, when we get old, we need to help elderly people, especially when people getting into bus or getting down from the bus, or they can have walking difficulties, or they cannot go to the bathrooms. So we need to definitely help those weak and fragile elderly people. It doesn't need to be they are our relatives or friends, not known or not known. We have this human instinct. We have this human capacity that to help others. Because if we try to help others, that will bring more joy to us. More you dedicate to serve, help, do service for the benefit of others, that will create very good hormones in your body, especially hormones like dopamine that help us to keep happy, our mood good, and serotonin. So when we dedicate our body and mind and speech for the happiness of others, for the welfare of others, that definitely brings more joy to us, more happiness to us, more peace to us. So helping others means also helping ourselves, because the benefit we get from these kinds of altruistic acts, the dedication, sacrifice we are making for others, will help us to get more and more benefits for our lives. Then we have to practice meditation and develop our spiritual faculties, develop our spiritual qualities. This is called Guna Vurdha. You develop your virtues in you. And finally, that is called Tapo Vurdha. Then Jnana Vurdha. As we get old, we need to also develop our wisdom. If we are continuous to do more and more just useless things, unwise things, foolish things, there is no point we are getting mature. So that is why we need to develop our wisdom as well when we are getting old. And also, before we get old, we also need to consider how we can get a retired life which is free from regret, which is free from repentance, which is free from worries and sufferings, especially because how we spend our lives when we were young, when we were in the middle age. So once there was a very good nurse in a hospice in Australia, I think, or UK. This nurse, after her work, day-to-day works in the hospice, she began to talk to these elderly people and took notes of them about their complaints, about their regrets, about their pains. So she found out there were 9 major regrets. One or two maybe prevalent in one person, another person have 2-3 reasons, or 5-6 reasons. So these are the reasons she noted down after taking and talking to many patients over many years as a career as a nurse. So they wish, the elderly people wish, they had been more loving to the people who they matter the most. Because when we are having our young age, having our middle age, when we are working, sometimes we are more focused on our activities, our duties, our responsibilities. So the time we need to allocate for our loving ones are just neglected, and we cannot pay enough attention to these problems we are facing in our with the loving people and sharing their loving moments. So it is important for these young people now listening to these talks to be more loving to the people who are matters the most to them, most to you. The second regret this nurse noted down in her notes is that they wish they had been better spouse, better parent, better child. Sometimes we don't consider, we don't appreciate, we don't acknowledge the other people's help, other people's attitudes, other people's sacrifices. So we need to understand and become better spouse, better husband, parent, or a child. I remember once one world famous wrestler gave a speech, and he said when he was young he associated with very bad people, and he became a drunkard, alcoholic, and drug user, drug abuser. And by the time of 19 he was like totally broke up, but his mother looked after him very well and guided him and removed him from the bad company of friends and put him in some gym and train, and he became one of the best wrestlers in the world. But however, this mother sacrificed everything for him, and she was waiting when he is coming after nightclubs and socializing in the 2 a.m. or 3 a.m. Still mother was waiting for him to come back home safely, and she take care of him and talk to him, where did you go and all that. He slammed the door and called the mom, don't disturb me. Look your own business. I don't want to don't disturb me. This was his attitude. Then he became a world wrestler, and one day he went to the Japan for another fight or another game. And in the early morning, 3 o'clock, the hotel telephone rings and somebody told him that his mother passed away. At that moment, an insight came to him, and he felt that the way he treated his mother was not good. He didn't appreciate her, he didn't pay gratitude to her, he didn't serve her well or do any help to her. He was so worried, and he walked in the street of Tokyo and worrying and beating his chest. And the same day morning he went to America to attend his mother's funeral. And at the funeral he was crying and saying, oh mother, don't go. You stay with me. I'm so sorry. I didn't treat you well. I was so nasty to you. So it is our duty for us to be very faithful, be a better partner, better spouse, and better son, better daughter, while our other relations are living. So don't wait until last moment to be a better spouse or better person. And also, some people have regrets because they have worked so much, too much time in the job, and they didn't have enough time to work with the family members, spend time with them. So you have to balance your work and your family life, your social life. And also some people regret that they should have taken more risk in their lives so that they could succeed. So when you are young, when you are strong, try to do your things. Try to take more risk, but wisely, and try to succeed your life. And some also worried in their old age, thinking that they had been happier, enjoyed the life more, because they didn't have enough time to enjoy the life. So life is very short. So we need to understand this and use this short time wisely instead of worrying about time to enjoy, and don't postpone, because people always think, I will pass the exam, I will get married, I will go to university, I will do this, I will do that, then I will be happy. No. We have to be happy now, right here, right now, and not postpone your happiness. And also they had a wish, they had have their dreams come true. Because sometimes some people have their dreams but they don't make effort, therefore they cannot succeed. And also they wish they had been done more for others. This is also a very important aspect of our old age, because we need to understand that the things done to us by our teachers, our mothers, sometimes passed away. They are no more in this world. Therefore, the only way to pay our gratitude for our parents, for our teachers, is forward. We can pay gratitude to the people we are meeting now, people, the friends, children meeting now, because the people who have done service to us is no more. So we have to pay gratitude, forward, move on, so that we can be happy. Because doing things for others make us more happier, make us more peaceful, make us more joyful. So therefore we must do certain things for the happiness of the others. And also, some people have that wishes, they had some wishes that they had chosen meaningful work. So when you are choosing a meaningful work, you have to choose which is something you like, something you enjoy, and meaningful for yourself and meaningful for others. Just not any other thing. So when we are getting old, we have to remember that our body faculties are getting very old and weak and not strong. Therefore, we need to understand, the more our mind become weak and not working properly, but we have to keep our mind alert. We have to keep our mind strong. That is what Buddha said. This body is like a nestle for the growing sicknesses and illnesses. It's okay. It's the nature of the body. But if we can, despite these sicknesses in our body, in our physical body, if we can keep our mind balanced, if we can keep our mind alert, clean, mindful, that is the main thing we need to focus in when we are getting old. That is why Buddha said we must reflect and enjoy this moment by meditating. It's developing the especially loving kindness, especially mindfulness, develop towards other. So more we get old, we must develop our wisdom. And also we must share our experiences with the younger generation. And we must have this sense of good, helping mind. And when we are getting old, the hardest thing that elderly people find is their friends. relatives who were living, most of them are gone, and nobody to associate, no new friends. So that is why we need to be good friends of ourselves and accept and appreciate who you are and try to do things yourselves, and instead of depending others, and keep healthy and keep strong. Therefore, dear friends, that the most important thing in our old age is our mind. Once there was a Zen master and a group of students, and this Zen master taught his students the archery and archery skills, the shooting arrows. And one student was so clever and he mastered the archery so well. He can shoot an arrow maybe 500 or 300 meters. And where there's a mark is made on the bark of a tree, and he shot the first arrow. And when this first arrow hit into the mark, he can shoot another arrow to split the arrow that is also stuck onto the bark of the tree. This is so clever. So he don't miss the target. He always get the target very well. So he was very proud. He was very boastful about his skill. And also he was claiming that even his teacher was not so clever as himself. Therefore one day the teacher got this message and asked all the students to follow him. And they went to a mountainous area. There was two mountains. In between there's a very, very deep cliff. And between there's a bamboo tree. It is not a sort big bamboo tree, just average bamboo tree, fallen between two mountains. And the teacher went to this bamboo tree, which is shaky. And while standing on this shaky bamboo tree, he shot the arrow to a faraway tree. And he shot another arrow to split that arrow. Then asked the student, okay, come on, you go to this bamboo tree, where there's a cliff, abyss, very deep, cannot even see the bottom. And this student put his first step and the second on the bamboo tree. It was shaky, he was shivering and he was in great fear. He said, Master, I cannot shoot the arrows while standing on this bamboo tree. It's so scary. I'm very afraid. I'm very worried that I will fall onto this cliff and die. So the teacher said, the most important thing is not your skills. Skills you can gain. But you must master your skills, master your mind. You must develop an unshaky mind, undisturbed mind. So then only you will succeed. Therefore, friends, in Dhamma, we need to understand that protecting and respecting elders is very important. Supporting them is very important. When we are getting old, we need to use our time wisely, meditating, doing more and more goods. Because in Buddhism, one simile Buddha gave, when there is a crane, this crane is very old, and he stayed in a very small lake where there is no fish. When the dry season comes, it all dry up, no fish to eat. And he worried. And similarly, Buddha said, when you are young, when you are in your middle age, you must study, you must learn, you must practice virtues, you must develop your spiritual faculties, spiritual qualities. Become rich, both physically and mentally, materially and spiritually. Because when you are young, when you are strong, you have skills, abilities, you must go to a big lake where there is abundance of water, abundance of food, so that when you get old, you are safe and secure, you don't need to die without food. Similarly, Buddha said, when we are doing certain things, we need to practice we need to use our young age, middle age for the betterment of our old age, for our retirement. So dear friends, let us respect our elders, protect them, help them, and pray gratitude for their things they have done for us. May the Buddha, Dhamma and Sangha bless you, guide you and protect you. Namo Buddhaya.
The Buddhist sermon for today was given by the Venerable Piyarathana Thero.